it goes in the back of the phone.
One of the questions that many viewers and respondents have requested a video on is to show visually what effect the different sizes of tensor rings have on the field around them. In other words, does having a larger tensor ring increase the field which it affects around the ring? And so what we're going to do in this particular video is to take three different tensor rings, the first one being an 1/8 cubit ring, then we're going to do a 1/2 cubit ring, and then finally a 2 cubit ring, and we're going to show visually with the Lecker antenna the distance with which from the ring that the field is actually affected by the existence of the tensor ring. So we're going to start with the 1/8 cubit ring. This is the one that would normally go on the back of your cell phone. So as you see, what's interesting, inside the center of the ring, there's actually not very much in the way of effect. But once you go outside of the ring, as you're seeing now, there is that's actually the strongest area of improvement. But now we're testing at greater and greater distances away from the tensor ring, and as you see, as we've gotten just about 2 feet away, the impact, or 18 inches, the impact of the ring begins to deteriorate. However, there's effectiveness certainly within the range of the size of a typical cell phone, and so its small size does not impact its effectiveness on a cell phone. So the next ring we're going to do is a 1/2 cubit ring, and the 1/2 cubit ring is one that we would normally use for water, and we're seeing once again that as we go outside the field of the center of the ring, that's where we get our biggest impact. And we're going to continue to do this process to see how effective the ring is at various distances. As you can see, the ring is more effective at greater distances. Now we're able to go out approximately at least 2 feet, and it looks like now we're going even further and getting good impact. So now we've got a radius of perhaps 2 to 3 feet that we can see that is being positively impacted by a 1/2 cubit tensor ring. Finally, we're going to take a 2 cubit tensor ring, the largest one that we currently manufacture, and we're going to see what impact it has and the distance at which it impacts the field around itself. So again, as we get closer to the outside of the ring, not so much in the inside, but get to the outside of the ring, we start to see the impacts, and certainly outside the ring, and as we'll see, for a continuing radius of some distance, this has a positive energetic impact on the field around it. As you can see, it seems to have a much greater impact for a greater distance. Now we're out probably 4 to 6 feet at this point, and we're still getting very positive impacts from that ring. We're now back about 8 feet, and we could go further if distance would allow us to, but this shows that the larger the ring, the greater the impact of the field around the ring.